Locked on Lions for a Tuesday. I've got to address the starting cornerback situation outside of Amani Oruwariye, and you're going to listen to something Aaron Glenn said about it today. Let's do this.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's happening, everybody? Matt Derry with you. It's Locked On Lions on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day on a Tuesday, August 23rd, and a Wednesday, August the 24th. Thank you for listening, making us your first listen each and every day right here on Locked On Lions. You can find us on all platforms, including on YouTube now. Yes, the show has gone video for the last couple of months. Locked On Lions YouTube channel, please subscribe and watch us. Also, of course, the Matt Derry Facebook fan page, on Twitter, at Derry Speaks, D-E-R-Y Speaks, and at Locked On Lions on Twitter. I want to run down a bunch of things today. We're going to go out to Vegas. There's some odds that I think are ridiculous. I got some roster news to discuss. The team is practicing this evening. We got Hard Knocks episode 3 tonight. But first things first, you listen every single day for Lions coverage. You want to hear opinion. You want to hear news of the day. We got Jeff Risdon from the Lions Wire and USA Today tomorrow on the show. Spoke today, and I want to play this audio right off the top. The Lions defensive coordinator, along with the Lions assistant head coach and running backs coach Deuce Staley and Glenn, those two guys spoke today. And I watched both press conferences, and, it was a lot of the usual fare. But Aaron Glenn was asked today about the cornerback job opposite of where that is, the competition between Jeffrey Okudah, Will Harris. I want you to take a listen to Aaron Glenn today discussing the cornerback job between these two guys, and then I want to comment on it. Let's do this. Take a listen.
When you like to know, I would say, man, I'm not just saying this just to be saying it. But both of those guys have been showing some really good things on the field in practice and in games. This is an ongoing battle, and it will be an ongoing battle. Man, I wish I could sit here and tell you exactly when we can say, okay, here's the stamp, here's the guy that's going to be the starter. But I will say this, both of those guys will have a role within our defense, and we're going to try to do everything we can to make sure that we put those guys in a situation where they're going to be successful.
All right, there's Aaron Glenn discussing the Okudah versus Will Harris competition. Let me just back up a second here. Number one, if you listened to the show last week, I think it was Friday's show, I defended Jeff Okudah. I said Jeff Okudah, the third-year man out of Ohio State, was picked on and was trashed on the internet after Wednesday's open practice and joint practice against the Colts. Thursday, he came back and did a tremendous job and played very well. Heck, he even played pretty well, and I believe was the 6th highest-rated defensive player for the Lions on Saturday against the Colts, according to PFF. But listen, good question. Eric Woodyard from ESPN.com asked, where's this competition right now? If Jeffrey Okudah, let me just put it out there. If Jeffrey Okudah can't beat out Will Harris, a converted safety, for a starting cornerback job on August 23rd, we might be in big trouble. Now you're going to go, oh, you just defended Okudah. Wait a minute. You're doing a 180? No, I'm not ripping Okudah. But shouldn't the number 3 overall pick from 3 years ago, first round draft pick, All-American at Ohio State, shouldn't he have the job by now? Didn't he play well enough on Thursday? I watched Will Harris this past Saturday. It was terrible. What's going on? Jeff Okudah can't beat out Will Harris? A converted safety? And I like that Will Harris is moving to cornerback, and I like that Ifeatu Melifonwu is going from corner to safety. I think it's the right move. I don't think Will Harris is a starting safety in this league. I've watched him for 4 or 5 years now. He's probably better as a slot corner. He's probably better as a third corner. But today a good question was asked. Hey, what's going on? This is still a battle? They're going at it. Okay. They're both going to play, said Aaron Glenn. Still going on? Jeff Okudah, what if after Sunday, when the Lions play the Steelers, and I don't know, maybe there'll be 3 cornerbacks on the field at all times for the Lions. Maybe there'll be 3 safeties on the field. Maybe there'll only be 2 linebackers out there. We've touched on that. Maybe they're always going to have 3 corners on the field. So to be quite honest, it really doesn't matter. Jeffrey Okudah might not start, and he'll be behind Will Harris. Am I off base here? Again, I'm not ripping on Okudah. I want to hear that Jeff Okudah's the starter. I thought he was getting better. Anytime I watch Will Harris, I'm unimpressed. He's fine. He was better as a corner at the end of last year when he played more corner than safety. They went out and got Deshaun Elliott for a reason. They moved Melifonwu for a reason. They brought back Tracy Walker for a reason. These guys are all better safeties than Will Harris. I get it. Will Harris is doing a great job in practice, fighting tooth and nail with Okudah. It's a good battle, Aaron Glenn says. Still? Think about that. You drafted Jeffrey Okudah, and I know Brad Holmes didn't draft him. I know he's been injured. He's only played in 10 games in 2 years, and he's coming off a torn ACL. I get all that. Jeff Okudah still battling with Will Harris. I think that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. That scares me. Jeez. Now, again, maybe they already know that Okudah's the guy. Maybe this is just Aaron Glenn coach speak. But I was hoping by now we would hear about Jeffrey Okudah is your cornerback on the other side of Amani Oruwariye if you're starting the season with 2 outside corners. That's just me. Derry Speaks on Twitter. Locked On Lions on Twitter. If you want to comment, the Matt Derry Facebook fan page. And, of course, your comments always welcome on the Locked On Lions YouTube channel. I don't know. I'm disheveled on that. I was hoping Okudah would be the guy. He's the 3rd overall pick in the draft. All right, I'll stop. We've got roster news. The Lions roster had to go from 85 down to 80 by today at 4 o'clock. We will tell you about that news coming up next. First, though, we want to tell you about our friends at AG1. Our next partner has a product that my wife literally uses every single day. She started taking AG1 because she didn't have a lot of time. She wanted to get better gut health, more energy, optimized immune system, and she wanted to try a supplement that actually tastes great. Wanted to see what the hype was about, and it's easy. Just drop it in some water and drink it. It's awesome. So what is this stuff? Well, 1 delicious scoop of AG1. You're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, your recovery, focus, and aging. All the things. All right? Why does my wife personally consume it? Why does she take it? It's simple, it tastes good, and it's good for you. It's that simple. You can take AG1 with you when you travel. Throw a little packet in your bag, your purse, whatever, and it is awesome. Plus, it costs less than $3 a day, so you're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than that cold brew habit that you have. You're investing in an all-in-one nutritional insurance. And no GMOs, no tasty chemicals or no nasty chemicals, no artificial anything. It's still good for you. All right? Listen, here's what you're going to do. Go to athleticgreens.com/NFL Network. All right? Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Just go to visit athleticgreens.com/NFL Network. That is athleticgreens.com/NFL Network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. All right, news of the day, folks, and it's not good if you are a Jameson Williams fan, but this is not anything that is a breaking news piece of any type or anything that is a surprise to anybody that talks about the Lions like we do every single day. But today, Jameson Williams was placed on the non-football injury reserve list by the Lions. They had to get the roster down from 85 to 80. This is not a surprise. Jameson Williams coming back from that torn ACL from the last game of the year from Alabama in the national championship game, will now have to miss the first 4 games. If you've been reading about the Lions, if you've been paying attention, Williams has been at every practice. He's been right there on the sidelines trying to help his teammates out. He really isn't running or doing anything crazy just yet. A little bit of light stuff, but he's not putting on the shells or the pads or anything like that. And heck, he was even in Indy, if you saw him on the sidelines, cheering on his teammates on Saturday. Well, now, non-football injury reserve list means he will not play the first 4 weeks. I still say November 1st, maybe the earliest that we'll see him. But the Lions had to get that roster down. It doesn't count against the roster when you put a player on the NFI list. I cannot wait to see this wide receiver core with Amon-Ra, with Chark, with Reynolds, and with Williams all healthy. I think it's going to be really good. I really do. But today, J-Mo was placed on the NFI list, non-football injury reserve. Also missing the first 4 games of the season to get the roster down. The Lions placed Romeo Okwara, Josh Paschal, and Jason Kabinda on the physically unable to perform list. PUP list going on there now means on roster cutdown day down to 80 that the players also must miss the first 4 weeks. Josh Paschal, this poor kid, he got drafted in the 2nd round by the Lions. And as we know, the 2nd round jinx is alive and well. Just ask Levi Onwuzurike, who's been on a milk carton during training camp in the preseason. So Paschal's got the sports hernia. Romeo is coming back from the torn Achilles. Kabinda's been out injured. The Lions really going to miss him on special teams. That's a bigger loss than you think. Jason Kabinda, the fullback. So those guys are all going to miss the first 4 weeks. And again, this is giving opportunities to players like Austin Bryant, who have been really, really good, John Kaminsky, and I think those guys now are both locks to make the 53-man roster, which has to be set by next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Those guys have both been good. They both got to the passer plenty in Saturday's big preseason win over the Colts. So so Williams, Okwara, Paschal, and Kabinda go on the PUP list, injury reserve, all that thing. So they're all out 4 weeks. Lions had one more cut to make today, and they decided to cut from the linebacker room, releasing Sean Dion Hamilton, linebacker. This was a guy last year that was having a really good camp, looked pretty good, thought he was going to make the team, got hurt, missed the season. They brought him back, and he's out. I don't think this is going to be the last linebacker cut. I can tell you that right now. I still say Jared Davis is not going to make this team. But there were some expectations for Dion Hamilton to maybe make it because there's just so many guys that the Lions have at linebacker that they're trying out. Of course, Malcolm Rodriguez, who Aaron Glenn said today, you guys are making him a star. He was saying to the media, but he could be a starter the way he's been playing, the 6th-round pick. Gaines media poster boy, Alex Anzalone, also has an opportunity to certainly start and get a lot of time. Derek Barnes and others in that linebacker room, possibly Josh Woods. I'm not sold Jared Davis is going to make this team. But the Lions have thrown a lot against the wall. Chris Board, I think, is going to make it. But nobody has really shined other than Malcolm Rodriguez. Everybody else has been fine. Derek Barnes had his moments, very good special teams tackle on kick coverage this week in Indy. He was mentioned by Dan Campbell the other day. So I think he's solid on solid ground. But his PFF grade was very, very low last year. And hopefully here in year 2, he takes another step forward. But Sean Dion Hamilton, waived. So that has the Lions roster down to the maximum right now of 80 players. All right, coming up next, our friends at Bet Online about some odds for who would be the number one seed in the AFC and the NFC at the end of 17 games. And the Lions' odds, which we knew weren't going to be good, but they're way too low. I'm going to explain that coming up next. First, I want to tell you about our friends at LinkedIn Jobs. As you gear up for fall, you need the right people on your team to help your small business fire on all cylinders. LinkedIn Jobs is here to make it easier to find the people you want to talk to faster and for free. Create a free job post on LinkedIn Jobs to reach your network and beyond to the world's largest professional network of over 810 million people. If you've not been on LinkedIn, I love it. I'm there all the time and a lot during the day. It's fantastic. You're leafing through it. You see job postings, etc., and it's easy. Add your job and the purple hiring, hashtag hiring, frame to your LinkedIn profile to spread the word that you're hiring so your network can help you find the right people to hire. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs number one in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. Here's what you got to do for me. LinkedIn Jobs can help you find the candidates you want to talk to faster. Did you know every week nearly 40 million job seekers go on LinkedIn? Post your job for free at linkedin.com/LockedOnNFL. That's linkedin.com/LockedOnNFL to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. All right, I saw this today. Our friend Jimmy Shapiro sent this out at betonline.ag. Of course, we love BetOnline. Check them out at betonline.ag. Number one seed odds that you can bet on right now in the AFC and the NFC. So, for example, in the AFC, you want to bet on the Bills going to the Super Bowl, or excuse me, the AFC number one seed in the playoffs, Buffalo 3-1, Baltimore 15-2, Kansas City 15-2, Chargers 8-1, Broncos 9-1, Cincinnati 10-1. A little surprising there with Denver, but they got Russell Wilson. The bottom of the barrel in the AFC, Houston, Jacksonville, and the Jets, all 100-1. NFC, Tampa Bay to be the number one seed, 3-1. Green Bay, 4-1. Again, a lot of this is schedule related. Dallas, 5-1. Rams, 13-2. Niners, 9-1. Your Detroit Lions are at the bottom, along with Atlanta and Seattle at 100-1. But then I'm like, wait a minute, who's above the Lions? Not named Atlanta and Seattle. Like Atlanta and Seattle, I get it. Those teams stink. Carolina, 80-1. I think the Lions are going to win more games than the Panthers. Chicago, 66-1. What? Like, look, the Bears aren't going to be the one seed. The Lions are going to be the one seed. But the Lions sure as hell is going to be better than Chicago, aren't they? The Giants, 50-1. Oh, heard Kayvon Thibodeau's already hurt. The Giants, they're a joke. The Giants are half the number of the Lions. Lions are 100-1, and the Giants are 50-1. Bears 66-1, and Panthers 80-1. I mean, I'm no Lions slappy. I'm not a homer, but I'm here to tell you the Lions should be at about 75-1, and they should be above the list. The Bears, the Panthers, and the Giants. The Lions have some momentum going right now. I don't see anything like that in Carolina. Matt Rule's under fire. That roster is not bad. It's probably a better roster than the Lions, but the Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold thing, I don't see it. By the way, the Lions' week one opponent, Philadelphia, 12-1. And Minnesota comes in at 16-1. I think the Lions' schedule is easy. I'm not saying they're going to be the one seed, but I'm a little bit surprised that number is that low at 100-1. That is surprising to me. All right, Lions are going through an evening practice right now. I'm recording at 5:40 here. They're going through an all padded practice right now tonight. Don't forget to check out Hard Knocks, HBO or HBO Max on your app. 10 o'clock, I'll be watching episode number 3. Thanks for making us your first listen. We'll recap Hard Knocks tomorrow, and we'll talk to Jeff Risdon from the Lions Wire and USA Today. Thanks for making us your first listen, everybody, and watching on YouTube as well.